Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Now, let's see what things are covered in this video. HTML elements include both the document structure and various attributes. HTML attributes include both core attributes and international attributes. Now, let's dive into the video. HTML elements include document structure and attributes. Let's dive in. An HTML element is defined by a starting tag. If the element contains other content, it ends with a closing tag where the element name is preceded by a /. HTML documents consist of a tree of these elements, specifying how the document should be built and what kind of content should be placed in different. Let's look at a few examples. It's also possible to nest one HTML element inside another. An HTML element is defined by a starting tag. If the element contains other content, it ends with a closing tag. For example, P is the starting tag of a paragraph and /P is the closing tag. In this example, we have an italicized heading and an underlined paragraph. This is how HTML elements can be nested to create more complex structures. HTML attributes include core attributes and international attributes. Now let's talk about HTML attributes. Most HTML tags can have attributes which are extra bits of information about an element. Attributes are placed inside the opening tag and are made up of two parts, a name and a value. In this example, the align attribute is used to set the alignment of the paragraph text. Attribute names and values are case insensitive, but it's recommended to use lowercase in HTML. There are 4 core attributes that can be used on most HTML elements: ID, title, class, and style. Let's start with the ID attribute. This attribute is crucial because it allows you to uniquely identify any element within a web page. Imagine you have 2 paragraphs, but you want to differentiate them for styling or scripting purposes. That's where the ID attribute comes in handy. Here we've given each paragraph a unique ID so that they can be individually styled or targeted by scripts. Next, we have the title attribute. This one is pretty straightforward. It provides a suggested title for an element. When you hover over the element, this title often appears as a tooltip. As you can see, when you hover over this heading, the text "Hello HTML" will pop up as a tooltip. The class attribute. The class attribute is another essential feature. It's used to associate an element with a CSS class, allowing you to style multiple elements in a similar way. In this example, the paragraph belongs to 2 classes, meaning it will inherit styles from both. The style attribute. Style attribute allows you to apply CSS directly within an HTML element. This can be useful for quick styling without needing an external style sheet. Here we've made the text red and specified the Arial font directly in the HTML. Internationalization attributes are important for making web content accessible in various languages and directions. There are 3 key attributes we'll discuss: dir, lang, and XML lang. The dir attribute. This dir attribute specifies the direction of text flow. It can have one of 2 values: LTR for left to right, which is the default, and RTL for right to left, used for languages like Hebrew or Arabic. Here we've made HTML code with dir RTL and its rendered output with right to left text alignment. The lang attribute. This lang attribute specifies the primary language of the document. Although it's still used in HTML for backward compatibility, it has been replaced by XML lang in XHTML documents. In this example, HTML code with lang in and its rendered output showing English text. The XML lang attribute. This XML lang attribute is used in XHTML to specify the language of the document using the same ISO 639 codes as lang. This HTML document will be rendered as a French page, and the XML lang attribute helps ensure that language-specific features or text processing are applied correctly. Now, let's look at some generic attributes that are commonly used with many HTML tags. These attributes help with alignment, styling, and more. Now, let's look at some examples. There are also generic attributes that are commonly used across many HTML tags. These include attributes like align, valign, veligi, color, ID, class, width, height, and title. The align attribute is used to align text horizontally, while valign is for vertical alignment. The BG color attribute sets the background color behind an element, and the background attribute can set a background image. The ID and class attributes are used to uniquely identify or classify elements, respectively. The width and height attributes are used to specify the dimensions of elements or tables. Lastly, the title attribute provides a tooltip that appears when hovering over an element, offering additional context to the user. Now let's put all of this knowledge together with a comprehensive example that demonstrates various HTML attributes in action. In this HTML program, we'll set the page background color to a soothing azure using the BG key color F0, F8, FF attribute on the body tag. We'll center the main heading horizontally using a line center and add a tooltip with title main heading that displays when hovered over. In the content division, identified by ID main content and styled with class highlight, we'll set a background pattern image using the style attribute. We'll also create a table to demonstrate the use of align, valign, and BG color attributes. Each cell in the table will be aligned differently, both horizontally and vertically, and will have a unique background color. Finally, the description paragraph will be centered with align center and include a title attribute to provide a brief description when hovered over. In this HTML document, the body tag features a BG color F0, F8, FF attribute that sets a soothing azure background for the entire page, creating a calm visual experience. The main heading is centralized using the align center attribute and includes a title main heading attribute, which provides a tooltip with the heading's description when hovered over. The content division is handled by a div tag, which employs a background pattern.png attribute to apply a pattern background image directly. The table within the div showcases alignment and vertical positioning, with each cell using align and valign attributes to specify the direction left, center, right, and vertical alignment top, middle, bottom respectively. Additionally, each cell is distinctly colored using the BG color attribute, enhancing visual differentiation. Finally, the description paragraph is not only centered with align center, but also uses a title attribute to give viewers a brief description of its content upon hovering, further enhancing the interactive experience of the web page. And that's it. We've covered the essentials of HTML elements, document structure, attributes, and how they come together in a practical example. Remember, the key to mastering HTML is practice. So keep experimenting with these concepts on your own projects. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and click the bell icon to learn coding with me. We'll meet in the next video.